right, so let's talk about the Green Bay Packers here for a minute. Obviously, the Packers have been in the news a lot this offseason. The Aaron Rodgers saga, and was he going to return to Green Bay? Obviously, did, and the Devontae Adams saga ending with him, the Packers trading him to the Las Vegas Raiders. But as the dust has settled, the Packers have gotten some surprising and really good news out of PFF about the whole quality and layout of their entire roster. And Miles, I know you have the story there, but before we get to that, Packers fans, comment below. Which player do you think, skill player, will score the most this season? Running back, receiver, tight end, whoever you think will find the end zone the most. Comment below the player you think that'll do that. But Miles, let's get back to your story. What's the latest out of Green Bay?
Yeah, Nick, per PFF, there's a little surprise in Green Bay, at least to me. Obviously, the Packers fans probably have known this for a while, but looking from the outside in, they let out their roster rankings, and Green Bay ranked in the top 5, which I think is very, very impressive. But let's roll through the top 5. I'm going to start at 5, which is where Green Bay is. We'll go through the top and we'll circle back. So number 5, Green Bay Packers. All right. Pretty obviously surprising to me, but we'll look into why maybe. Number 4, Los Angeles Rams. Super Bowl champions. They returned most of their roster. Makes sense. Number 3, Los Angeles Chargers. They made a couple big splash signings and free agency, shored up their offense. So another very solid team. Tampa Bay Bucks, obviously another solid team, been there for a while. And number 1, Buffalo Bills, a team that hasn't made it all the way yet, but I think their roster is just phenomenal. A lot of talent all over that roster. But if we go back and check out the Green Bay Packers, you look and on PFF has graded both sides of the ball, and you'd think, maybe Green Bay is struggling here or there. For the most part, their running backs graded extremely well. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers graded well. The O-line is pretty okay. The tackles really seem to shine there. The defensive line, excellent. Edge rushers, excellent. Their linebacking core, Devondre Campbell did great. Obviously, their secondary is pretty elite as well. So looking all around the ball, Green Bay has a very impressive roster, Nick.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing with the Packers is the way they've built their team is that usually most teams, what they do, they get their star quarterback and then surround him with elite weapons. You mentioned the other teams in the top 5 roster list. If we go through them all, they all have elite quarterbacks and they all have Pro Bowl receivers. Obviously, Josh Allen with the Bills has Stephon Diggs, Justin Herbert with the Chargers, Keenan Allen, Los Angeles Rams, Matt Stafford has Cooper Kupp. And you look at Tom Brady and Tampa Bay Bucks have Mike Evans, right? It's very rare that you have a star quarterback and you don't do everything you can to surround him with Pro Bowl receivers. I think the way the Packers have built the roster, and to their credit, they've done a great job of surrounding other positions. We talked about secondary, elite secondary, quality offensive line, good running backs, is that they believe in Aaron Rodgers so much. They trust his greatness so much that they're willing to kind of placate that position a little bit, the receiver tight end group, give him just enough talent. They think Rodgers will be able to, make up that difference just by his sheer talent and how good he is as a player. He's obviously won a number of MVPs. He's one of the all-time greats. So they have a reason to believe that. But I think it's a very interesting strategy the Packers have by focusing on basically everywhere else except the players that directly interact with Rodgers. And I think it really shows a lot of belief in Rodgers.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, Nick, the Packers, they have a couple of things going on. And Rodgers, if you go by like a PFF metric, so to speak, he probably adds an easy 10 to 15 points to a receiver just by his talent alone. So I think that Green Bay is very interesting here and how they've picked to do all of this. So, but like you said, they have a lot of confidence in Rodgers. Rodgers can turn any receiver into what looks like an elite receiver. And I think that this is a smart decision while they still have Rodgers to use him in this way. But they've built a heck of a roster around the other sides of the ball that if you don't know Green Bay and you're not looking at it, I think a lot of teams are going to come out and be surprised this season. All right, Nick, it's time to get your internet privacy back today on every device you own in any country you want. Don't let anyone but you control your internet. NordVPN keeps you safe from prying eyes wherever you go online with their military-grade encryption. Is your favorite Netflix or streaming content blocked in the US? You can simply connect to one of the many countries available with NordVPN and get the access you need.
That's right, Maya. So right now, get our exclusive NordVPN deal here at nordvpn.com/SMI. It's risk-free now with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, get that exclusive deal, nordvpn.com/SMI.